Okay, guys, now I would like to show you a real game after I have shown you some games from Ninsovic, is chess practice, right? Because the book is very good, chess practice, but are you able to put it into practice? Well, here I show you what happened. Now,
White turned around a tough game with a decisive mid-game mating attack.
so now the funny thing is, for the computer, I made a tons of mistakes, and in the end, it says that the performance is like 1500. This is a game from my road to 2000 for rapid. In this year, I have this goal of having a road to 2000 for rapid, for blitz, for correspondence games, okay? And I want to try and see, and also for chess 960 eventually, if I have enough time. Now, in this game I was white, and my opponent was black, obviously. He was rated at around 1900. His name was Pata Pata 55, okay. It's kind of funny.
This overlooks an opportunity to pin a pawn.
Sorry.
White turned around a tough game with a decisive mid-game mating attack.
Okay, so
Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games.
now I played e4, and this is the problem for which I believe many players on my level, around 2000 OTB, over the board, don't play anymore, because one, we don't remember the theory, because maybe we have been inactive. Two, the theory generally continue to change, okay? So if we would play freestyle chess or chess 960, no problem, right? Because there is no opening theory. But if you go to a tournament and you don't remember your theory, for a 1900, 2000, you need to know at least the fourth 10, 12 moves. That's a fact, okay? At least 10, 12 moves. Otherwise, you will lose easily. And that's a fact, sorry. So my opponent...
The Scandinavian defense immediately challenges the center by attacking the e4 pawn.
And now, guys, the thing is, generally you would play this, right? But if you play e takes d5, you need to know a lot of theory, because after queen takes d5, for example, what do you play? You play knight c3, and so black can play queen f5, queen d6, queen d8, you understand? Lot of theory. Let's not even go into the fact that when you play e takes d5, you can play this. And this is, I think it's the Portuguese gambit, I don't know how they call it. It's also a lot of theory, very sharp. So, since I don't want to study the theory, or at the moment I still don't know it, because I'm calibrating my opening repertoire. What did I do? I played e5.
This moves the pawn to safety.
This is what game review tells you, right? But it's not that the point. The point is not that it moves the pawn to safety. I practically change the pawn structure from a Scandinavian. Now we will go into a French defense, and you will see how.
Textbook play so far.
Now this is c5, right? It could look like a Sicilian, but no, because I'm attacking immediately.
This strikes at the center to fight for space.
And now, as you can see, I continue to ask questions to my opponent with my moves, right? And now I'm asking him, what do you do? Are you going to take or not? Because if you're going to take, I take knight c6, bishop b5, a6, I take. I don't care. Why? Because I have damaged all your pawn structure. It's quite possible that also if this guy is rated at 1900 online, is not really good because there is a huge difference between 1900 OTB, someone that got there in a tournament, and someone that made 1900 online, okay? So after c5, he played
This is not the right idea.
e6. And it's not true that it's not. For example, for the game review, this is an inaccuracy. It's the wrong move. In reality, this has become the French advance. That's it. That's all there is. It's the French advance. So how can it not be a good move when you would have the same identical opening if you play this? I'm sorry. How can this be dubious then? You understand? It's a transposition. And that's why I tell you, you cannot learn chess from a computer because yes, computers are above and beyond human beings, but as you can see, they cannot even explain a transposition. Okay?
Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center.
Obviously, this is the opening. You need to bring out the pieces, you need to fight for the center. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything particularly strange.
Black develops the knight and attacks the center.
And while I support d4 and d5, he puts more pressure, okay?
This is a book move, meaning it follows established opening theory, played by top players for years.
Okay. As you can see, it's not that I have studied the French advance. Generally, like I told you, when we watch chess practice, there are a lot of games on the French advance, right? And so, watching games, you learn chess, and you learn what you should do. Obviously, the problem is that I didn't really remember the theory. I know that there are some traps, and I tried, but again...
This maintains the balance of material with a good trade.
This is not the right move, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think black should play something like this, because, again, this is the opening. You want to keep the pressure, you want to increase the pressure, but you don't want to release the pressure.
Takes back. There were worse moves, but also something much better.
Very diplomatic. Yeah, this is a stupid move. It's not the move you should play. I don't know. I think maybe knight here and here. It's a possibility. Or like I told you guys, this. But giving check. Do you know why it's stupid? Because it gives me a tempo for something that I wanted to do. I want to develop the knight, right?
This blocks the check from an opposing bishop.
So he gave me a tempo because he gave me check and I have to answer it, right? But I wanted to play knight c3.
Black develops the knight and attacks the center.
Here it seems that he attacks here, but it's not true. The attack will be here generally because you see, if you play also this, it's 1, 2, 3. It's a lot of pressure, right?
White develops the bishop and attacks the center.
Here it says attacking the center, but I am attacking here, but it's not true. This is a move you play to castle, and it's a trap on this, because if he plays queen b6, and I can show you the trap, no? Let's say that I do this, he takes, I take, it takes, Whoop. And he has lost the queen. So that's a trap that you should be aware of. My opponent, I think, discovered it during the game. Why do I say that? Because he fought. He fought a lot during the game in this opening thing, so he really was out of theory. Now guys, obviously, again, depending on your level, you don't want to waste a lot of time thinking in the opening. Why? Because you need to use the time in the middle game and in the end game, right? So that's why it's important to study the opening, not because they are important, but because they give you that library of patterns and ideas to avoid the tricks and to avoid to waste a lot of time thinking.
The game was close to equal, but now white has the advantage.
He says that this move is not good. Again, I don't really care, but I wanted to show you, okay?
Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook.
Again, it's part of the tasks of the opening. In the opening, you have 3 tasks, right? 1 is to develop the pieces, 2 is to castle, 3 is to connect the rooks. And of course, you fight for the center, okay?
This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a queen.
Here he wanted me to play knight a4. Again, I have nothing against it, but I have my own ideas, okay, on how to play.
This misses an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening a queen. This allows the opponent to force an isolated pawn.
Because he thinks he will get.
This overlooks an opportunity to force an isolated pawn. This permits the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a queen.
So he played this because he didn't want me to play pro knight g5 or okay. Honestly, it's a kind of waste of a tempo. It's also a kind of weakening.
This overlooks an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening a queen. This permits the opponent to force an isolated pawn.
Obviously, he wants again me to play this. I'm not saying it's wrong, okay? But again, I have my own ideas.
This is the only good move. This forces the opponent to isolate a pawn.
So this is isolated, this is backward, right?
Recaptures. The game was close to balanced, but now black is worse.
And the black is worse for the engine, okay? Now, obviously, sometimes you need to wait to castle. Probably this was one of those times. Why? Because, oh my god, you have 2 bishops that are attacking on this side, knight on the side. This queen could go into the game. It's and then there is this advanced pawn that blocks the protection of a king with a knight on f6. So yes, probably castling wasn't so good. So while I tell you you have 3 tasks, the task must be obviously played at the right moment.
This activates a piece and simultaneously wins time by attacking a queen.
My idea here was not to attack to the queen, but obviously to b7, because if I can reach the 7th rank, I can create some chaos.
This moves the queen to safety. This misses an opportunity to prepare a retreat square for the king.
And here, guys, this move might not be very good, but I start the attack on the king side. So that's the idea behind that move.
That's an unfortunate error.
And also this kind of moves don't really have a big meaning. Why? Because I'm not going to put my bishop here. So why is doing this? Maybe to play this? Yeah, that could make sense. But we will see that they will not do that kind of maneuver.
This overlooks an opportunity to prepare a retreat square for the king.
And I'm attacking now. But again, I tell you that for the engine, this move is not good.
This permits the opponent to eventually win a pawn.
And this move tell you something else. What does it tell you? Here, in my opinion, is that white has the initiative, white has more space, white has more active pieces. So your evaluation must be that white is better, okay? Especially when you see that all the pieces of your opponent are in the fourth or second rank, and we are already at what? Move 15. So, but again, there is a thing that is doing now, right? Is attacking here. And you will see that the computer says that the next move I play, which is rook fc1,
This overlooks an opportunity to tactically win a pawn.
for the engine is just about winning a pawn. For me, it is not about winning a pawn, but it's about prophylaxis. What does prophylaxis mean? In this case, it means that I don't want black to have any kind of counterplay. And so I'm defending myself. And that's what you should do too, okay? Before launching an all-out attack, you need to cover yourself. Because if you don't do that, when your attack is finished, and maybe it wasn't successful, you will lose the game.
This loses a pawn.
And this is another blunder for the engine. Eventually, guys, watch the game with a computer and you will see why it's a blunder. Obviously, for me, at this point, he wants to play this, right? And so I cannot keep the queen here. I have to move it. But where? I want to move it in a place where I can still threaten something. So I played it here because I could take this.
This misses an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. The queen is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured.
And I hope you heard the explanation, because guess what? What is the next? He said that my queen must move or be captured, right? Well, not really. Oops. And this is the famous en passant.
This is an equal trade. Takes back.
And now he took back, okay? But at this point, honestly, I don't know how to continue the attack. Honestly, I don't know. I want to continue the attack, but I don't know. So after a little
Applying
thinking,
pressure to black's pawn chain.
I came out with this. Because this cannot be taken at the moment, it's defended, this defend this and this. And so I need to open a little the position to be able to exert more pressure.
The game was close to equal, but now white has the advantage. This misses an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares.
So now, guys, I came out with an idea. And again, I'm not saying it's right. I played this move because the idea is to go here and try to give checkmate. My opponent played the following move.
This loses material.
Boom. So
After all captures, this is an equal trade.
he says that the best move for black was to take here. Now, when he takes here, I have to take with the rook, I thought, because otherwise the pawn d4 is gone, and I need that pawn, okay? I really need that pawn. Okay, instead he played
This loses material.
he played this, And here I think I played immediately bishop e5. Let me see.
This
Yes.
wins material.
And as you can see, now it's a great position for white, in my opinion.
Now white can't stop black from winning a pawn if they make the right moves.
Again, here your concern is not about losing pawns, but it's about to give checkmate or win with the attack that will give something in exchange, right? So what did our friend play? He played...
Right on target.
Okay, I played this. Yeah, I played this. So that was a great thing. Why did I play that move? Because now the idea was to go on c7 and then I would get this. That was my idea.
A very strong play.
Oops. I don't know. It says this move is very good, but guess what? Now I played this, right? Because I have practically opened the center. And notice, black generally in the French advance, if he can open the center like I did now, he wins the game. But now he doesn't have any more that center. I'm sorry, the game is won for me, in my opinion, okay?
This wins a pawn. This allows the knight to control more squares.
And here he played this move, which is a check, and I thought, okay, it's game over because he decided to play like this, so I don't know what he wants, right?
This captures a knight that checked the king. This removes a pawn that was threatening to win material.
And he plays this, right? So now, guys, I would like you to pause the video and think for a little, because now you will understand why they call me Mr. Checkmate. So this is the reason why my name or my nickname is Mr. Checkmate. The next move I play, it was made to displace the enemy queen, because as you can see here I'm ready to get checkmate, but I have two problems, 1 and 2. So how do I remove these two? Because if I remove them, it's a checkmate, okay? So my idea was, boom, rook takes b7.
This overlooks an opportunity to pin a pawn.
And of course he says, no, you need to pin a pawn, yeah. But for me, the goal of a game is to get checkmate. That's why, right?
Takes back.
And again, guys, you need not to be afraid, but you need to calculate, okay? Here, obviously, I took some time to calculate if the king could actually escape in case something happened there, right? So that is doable or must be done. Now, again, I made another move that I thought it was great. And like always, the computer says it's wrong.
This overlooks a better way to win material through a tactic.
In reality, this is the move, in my opinion. It's the move. However, guess what? He played this. That's kind of funny, right?
This allows the opponent to force eventual checkmate. This overlooks an opportunity to sacrifice a queen for a nice tactic.
In reality, he should have sacrificed his queen. He didn't. That's great. But now, guys, you see that Tal and I have the same boldness in the head, and so probably that's why we have our mad skills, right? So can you see what I played now? I hope you saw it.
This forces an eventual checkmate.
Boom. And then of course he played this move, And here you can give multiple checkmates, so it's up to you what you like or what you don't like. In any case, what do you think I played? I played this and this checkmate, because check, check, and this is control. But honestly, I could have played even this, and it would have been checkmate. Why? Because it cannot take, because it's protected. This is also giving check, and it cannot escape because of this. So that's, guys, why they call me Mr. Checkmate. I hope you enjoyed this game that was inspired by learning chess practice. So if you learn all the games from chess practice, you will have this kind of inspiration. Now, I'm not telling you that my games are perfect. No, my games are full of mistakes because I'm human. But I play against other humans. And as you can see, other humans make mistakes too. Notice that someone could say, but a grandmaster would have beaten you. Yes, probably, maybe, I don't know. But also grandmasters, they do make mistakes. And the funny thing is, even at top level, we see that sometimes we are not able to see a checkmate in 1 or 2 moves. And we are speaking of the famous 2700 chess club, right? The one that are the top 10. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game, and let me know if you like to see more. Thank you.